Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and if I look hungover, it's because I am. Coming up today, we got Friday happy hour. Shout out to yesterday's MVP, Ira Jackson. That man was on a whole nother level, him, Zong, Navman, and I'll tell you what, it was a struggle getting up today. There's no doubt about it, but luckily we're here, and because of the rumors that Adam Schefter has been tossing out left and right, I'm not going to lie to y'all, it gave me a little bit of an energy burst, and I'm ready to get this thing rocking and rolling today. If you haven't seen what Schefter has said about Jayden Daniels, you're going to be excited. That's why I wore the Lucky Irish jersey. Then I got 5 trade ideas from ESPN. Recently in an article by Bill Barnwell, he put out 5 trades that he thought that could happen in round 1 of the 2024 NFL draft. And I'll try to illustrate how this article is because it's like hundreds of different trade ideas. So I'm going to illustrate what the 5 trades ESPN thought they were, kind of like break it down of why would the Raiders trade here? Why would the Raiders trade here? Why would the Raiders trade back here? Why would the traders trade back up, right? Like a lot of different scenarios. And then it is Friday happy hour. My goal today is to get out of here by 5. I'm serious. My goal today is to get out of here by 5. Alex wasn't the most happy camper yesterday, but then again, she was like, she bought dinner.
I had no idea Alex was an avid camper.
Yeah.
She loves camping?
She's more of a glamper.
Ah.
And I'm even probably less of a camper than what she is. Give me a yes, give me a no, because I know this. I am. Rebel, what's going on, man? One shot. I'm getting out here by 5. I have a feeling right now in my loins. Miguel, no. Juan Hernandez, yes. What up, No Santana? So today's Super Chat menu, which I'll say this, it's the first time I'm seeing it, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. 200 likes equals a dad joke, so you guys know the rules there. If Jeremy tells a joke and you laugh, you tell me a drink. Because we got a new member of Mount Raidermore, Ira, if you want to get in a chance to win a Raiders Report jersey, courtesy of Ira Jackson, $5 Super Chat, and we're going to put all those names in at the very, very end of the show. Do a duck race. Winner ends up getting one. $10 we do beer cheers, which if it's coming in from the nation, everyone's doing it. 50 shots for you and me. Fireball shots, right? I hope. It needs to be fireball today. I don't know if my body can handle tequila. And then every hundo, we are doing a beer bong a bang.
I didn't tell you. I got Rumplemints.
Wow, that's terrific. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's actually Everclear. That would be 1,000 a shot.
It's actually hydrogen peroxide.
But if we want to get these questions going, hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat to get them going.
Just like Jordan Entertainment.
What's up, Jordan? Trade up to number 1 pick and draft Bo Nix. We must.
Devin Smith.
I don't know what I would do if that happened.
Devin Smith said he'll Venmo you $500 if the Raiders get Daniels.
Really?
Deal.
Bet.
Deal.
I'll tell you this, man. And what's crazy is
we will
over the last 48 hours, everyone was like, it went from Schefter being like, get your Jayden Daniels Commanders jerseys to now today. I don't think he's going there, dude. I legit don't think he's going there.
I don't know.
It has drastically changed over the past few hours. One-word reaction if the Raiders trade up for Jayden Daniels. Splooge.
Oh, yeah!
I'm going to put a hole in this table if Jayden Daniels is a Raider, man. Queen Sarah Otto, sending in the good vibes. What's up, Queen? Hope you're feeling better. One-word reaction. Tyrell French, wet.
Creamed.
Wet.
Bang. Excited.
Bang might be the
Finally.
Right
Fire from Martin.
Oh, what up, Devin Smith?
Dan D says nut. Cypher says nut. Excellent. Super Bowl. I think that's 2 words.
We'll
for
this case, we'll count it. We'll allow it. If it's a Super Bowl, I'm on board.
Rebel Montana says 1 word. I'm going to blow a nut.
That's
nuts. Mario, great word. Boing.
But that's not how you say it. Boing. That's how I hear it.
King Javier CDNO Shorts. Excellent.
Excelente. What did Tex say today? Or not Tex, Smitty.
93 Navman says dumb.
Dumb? That's because Navman doesn't want the Raiders to trade up for a quarterback. It's all good. What's up, Mr. Jansen, Grawl, all of y'all pulling up today here on the Raiders Report. The Queen sending in the good vibes. Ultra VAB says, wet. Dude, I mean, can you imagine? We're sitting here on draft night, which it's 6 days away. Thank the Lord. Because if I got to talk about the NFL draft for another week with all the speculation that just continues to go on, don't get me wrong. I love a good rumor. I love some tea leaves. I love a little bit of where there's smoke, there's fire. I am a sucker for it. You guys know that. But there does come a point where I'm like, holy shit, can we just have the NFL draft already? I want to start talking about things that are actually going to happen. You know, like, because right now it's so much speculation.
And Ultra VAB, you in.
And Ultra VAB is in. Steven, what's up, my man? Sienna says, I cannot wait for the 2024 NFL draft. I took the day off to watch it. Hopefully you're going to be here watching it with us. Jayden Daniels fits the Raiders offense. Could not agree with you more. Also, because we do have a brand new member, a Mount Raider more, everybody spam Ira Jackson down below. And Jeremy, whoever spams Ira the most, they're going to get a free entry in our jersey giveaway.
Let's do it.
Free jersey giveaway raffle entry. Whoever spams Ira Jackson the most. Na. Cheers. Oh, boy. That's spicy. It is a spicy meatball. Let's get him going. Who do you think's saying it the most? I'm listening.
I think, unless she gets beat out.
Pause.
I think it might be the Queen.
Is it the Queen?
It's close.
I mean, shit. Go for it. Who's got more? Put it in the... you got it in the toll?
Yeah. All right.
It is close right now. I'm looking at the numbers.
All right. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna put two people in because there is two people that I think did really well.
Okay.
It's gonna be Gatlin Gun.
Okay.
And Queen Sarah
Alto. So Gatlin Gun, you in. And then also the Queen Sarah Otto, you in. So we got two people that are in right now on top of my man Ultra VAB, and now Douglas is also in as well. So 4 people are in for a chance to win an Ira Jackson jersey, and we're going to do that at the very, very end of today's show. We're also going to be doing a duck race, so if you want a chance to get in, win some money, $20 Venmo is how you end up getting into that. For a little extra jing, let me know. 509 people watching, 133 likes here on the Raiders Report. Chugs. Oh, I was a little bit worried of how crazy today would get, and maybe because we partied yesterday, people were like, you know, like, what do we have to do today? Yesterday was Friday happy hour. I'm not going to lie. I showed up to work today, and I was a little bit nervous. I really did. I was a little bit nervous. I know how these things can usually snowball. Douglas says, if Tom T gets Daniels, he deserves a medal. You know what? He deserves a lot more than a medal. He deserves a hug. He deserves a cuddle. And you know what? He deserves, a bang as far as I'm concerned. Which one you want to do? This one first? Let's go to this one first. 93 Navman Bang! That man says, you know what? Let's get this Friday happy hour started.
Sorry for party rocking.
I'm just gonna tell you guys right now ahead of time. I'm doing half beer bongs. It's the only way I'm making it through today. It's the only way I'm gonna make it.
You might as well make it a full one.
Justin Bang! All right, we're going to fill it up, Buttercup. Congratulations to Ira Jackson from one member of Mount Raider more to another. Congratulations. Shout out to Abjin. Shout out to my man Navman. These guys are always down to clown, and it kind of makes me nervous sometimes. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Cheers. Let's give some shout outs here, Chuggy Bull, if you could.
Let's see who we got. We got Tadashi, Jake Serb, King Javier Cedino Short, Shane Mullen, BJ Melovidov, Queen Sarah Otto, Steven Honane, Yoda Jenkins, I Am Punchy 33, Dan Tessier. We've got Rebel Montana, One Shot 89, Jason Miranda, Robert Jansen, Sienna Mady, Sir Dre, Ron Raspberry, Rebel Montana, Simon Edwards, Instigator Raider, and Shane Mullen.
What up, Shane Mullen? What up, Ron? What up, P Ring? I got a bunch of real ones here in the chat today. Who's ready to get into some rumors? Because Adam Schefter, we always talk about in the NBA world the Woj bomb. Today, Schefter dropped multiple. I mean,
Shefty nuke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you what, Shefty was cooking today.
Do we call it a Shefty drone strike?
I don't know. Maybe not in today's world right now with everything going on.
Yeah.
Shefty was cooking today, though. I'll tell you that. He was cooking today.
Hell yeah.
Will you be watching our draft coverage? Give me a yes, give me a no. I just saw Sienna. She said that she's taking off work on Thursday.
Same.
We are going to be live. Well, no. I hope you're not taking off work for the NFL draft.
No, I asked Brett for some PTO. I have some,
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
have some saved up.
I got it. It's like the April of Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
The ending April of Chugs.
I got it. And I hope that you guys are watching the draft with us. We're going to be live from 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when we're going to get the thing started, which is 90 minutes before the actual start of the NFL draft. So we're going to get that going here on today's or on Thursday.
Oh, I was going to say, breaking down the draft.
It's going to be wild. Yeah, next week's going to be something. Next week, Chuggins and I, we're going to be live on Monday. We're going to be live on Tuesday. And then we kind of have a weird schedule on Wednesday. So if anything happens then, bear with us for Wednesday. And then Thursday, we won't be in until a little bit later. But it's going to be 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the NFL Draft. King, Raymond, my point of asking this question is I figured most of y'all would be here rocking with us. If you know some people that are like, I don't know what I'm going to do for the NFL Draft, tell them to pull up here to the Raiders Report. What up, Xavier? I really want the Raiders to get Daniels, but I'm very leery about how much draft capital it'll cost. It's going to cost a lot. I mean, it will, and there's no hiding that.
But a great philosopher once said, you can buy the same item multiple times at a cheaper rate, or you can buy the item a little bit more expensive, but you know it'll last you a little bit longer. Do you want to get the quick fix? Or do you want to get something that will, help you for years to come? I mean, it's like anything you buy in life. You can get a shitty car for $1,000. You're gonna have to get another, but you're gonna have to get another shitty car down the road.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Raiders,
no pun intended. No pun intended.
Yeah, true. If you're the Raiders here and you've just dealt with like so many just average quarterbacks for such a long time, why would you not try to give your franchise the chance to have, your franchise quarterback when you know that your head coach wants it? And I think even if for Mark Davis to give his blessing on the entire thing, I do think that there is a shot of it to happening. And with everything that happened today and yesterday, I mean, I said it yesterday that I don't think the Commanders are going to draft Jayden Daniels. And based off of a lot of the things that we saw today and a lot of the things that we heard today from Schefter, I think now if you're the Commanders, I don't know if you can draft Jayden Daniels. And if you're like watching the show right now, you're like, Mitch, I got no idea what you're talking about. Here we go. We're going to get in right now to the latest from Adam Schefter, this new report around Jayden Daniels, and it sounds like he doesn't want to be a member of the Washington Commanders. That makes me a very, very happy human being. And for some of the people that watch the show a lot, we are going to go kind of through like what I always call like the timeline, and it's more of just being able to walk people who don't watch every single video that we do of everything that has happened with Jayden, with the Commanders, with his agent, the new stuff that has come out today. So it just helps, create that little bit of a cleaner picture overall for everyone out there. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Chuggy Bowl, Gatling gun, 12-hour show if Jayden Daniels is selected. Well, I'll say this.
So we're going to start 6:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
5:30 our time. That would mean we'd have to go till 5:30 in the morning. Honestly, if we could if the Raiders hear me out. If the Raiders trade up and they get rid of their day 2 and day 2 picks, like round 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Do we just go live like at the start of round 2? Make it a shit show all night, go live make it a 12-hour live, and then we just come in later on Friday?
After last night, I don't know if I want to make a deal right now. I don't know what I want to do.
We'll assess when we get there.
I'll tell you this, though.
Like, if the Raiders don't have a day 2 pick after trading
we're going to party. I mean, if they get Jayden Daniels on draft night, this show's going to be like the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have Daffy. We're going to have Bugs. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be whiny and loony. I'm going to feel like Taz up here going bananas. Here we go.
Day 2 simulcast.
Yeah, probably not.
Texans Raiders. Because the Raiders won't have a pick.
Oh, hey. We'll just go live on Texans.
You'll break down the picks.
There we go. I like it. Coming up, let's talk about what Schefter had to say today around Jayden Daniels and him not wanting to be a Washington Commander. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and today's show is presented by Panda Supps. If you're trying to get into better shape, I don't know about y'all, I'm very proud to say that I've lost probably like 15 pounds since the start of March. You definitely put some weight on me after yesterday's live show, but one of the biggest reasons is I've been trying to take a lot better care of myself with drinking protein, been trying to stay away from the sweets. I have a really big sweet tooth, and Panda Supps just launched some brand new protein that's going to blow your mind. Go to pandasupps.com, use code Raiders for 20% off. So coming up here, I'm talking bombshell of a report from ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter, because he is adding more fuel to the fire that Jayden Daniels doesn't want to be a Washington Commander. And if you haven't seen this latest story, I guarantee you this, by the end of today's show, you're going to go, yeah, Jayden Daniels doesn't want to be a Commander. He wants to be a Raider because, well, according to Schefter, that is what has been said. So today, Schefter was on television. He was on First Take, and he said that, this is, again, I obviously tweeted it out, but according to Adam Schefter, Jayden Daniels' visit with the Commanders, it didn't seem to go over too well with his agent, who sounded off on social media that he didn't seem particularly pleased with the process. Daniels thought it would be a visit for just him. I mean, that's literally what Schefter said, that him and his agent were not particularly pleased with the process that the Commanders were doing, and that he thought it was going to be a visit for just him. Also, according to Adam Schefter, he said this on the Pat McAfee show in terms of Jayden Daniels wanting to be drafted by the Commanders. Jayden Daniels has an interest in being other places. Let me say that again. Today, on air, on the Pat McAfee show, Adam Schefter, the Adam Schefter, not a fake account, nothing crazy like that, said that Jayden Daniels has an interest in being other places. One of the places that he mentioned, the main place that Adam Schefter mentioned that Jayden Daniels wants to be, with the silver and black, with the Las Vegas Raiders. And if that doesn't fire you up, don't hit that like button. Like, to me, I got that news notification today. I got all of that stuff, and I'm like, put it in my veins. I'm ready for Raiders Friday happy hour. If you are on board for the Raiders getting Jayden Daniels, more and more smokers around this, smash that like button right now. And coming up, I'm going to be walking you guys through my Jayden Daniels and the Commanders timeline, because for the people who are subscribed, for the people who are watching the show, bro, man, we've been walking through this story for weeks now. It's been leading up to this point. And when you look at how much smoke has led up to this point, this might be a fire, and the fire is Jayden don't want to go to the Washington Commanders. I do want you to be ready for our round 1 draft coverage, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. Tons of games, tons of giveaways, and we're going to be doing pick breakdown analysis, and we were literally just talking about it on live. If the Raiders trade for Jayden Daniels, shit's going to hit the fan, man. All right, y'all, let's get into this Daniels and the Commanders timeline, because I do think it's important to be able to walk through everything that has led up to the report today of Schefter saying that Jayden Daniels wants to be other places than Washington, and one of the teams that he mentioned was, of course, the Las Vegas Raiders. The first thing was, well, today, you add that into this equation of Schefter saying Jayden's camp is not pleased. Then you go back a little bit, we hop into that time machine, and it's Daniels and the Adam Peters story. If you don't know what the Jayden Daniels and Adam Peters story is, Peters, now GM of the Washington Commanders, was assistant GM of the San Francisco 49ers, and according to Eric Bickel, so he's from the Sports Junkie co-host on 106.7 The Fan and NBC Sports Washington, somebody who's very well connected in that area, said that his son showed him a text from a friend in Illinois the weekend of March 2nd to March 3rd that basically said, not even basically, it said, tell your dad Jayden Daniels hates Adam Peters. I remember doing a show around that, and everyone's like, this, and that. Sure, but now where we are now, this story doesn't sound as crazy. So then what was very interesting about that, when that story went out, Jayden Daniels was on Twitter that day, and he said cap to a report of him not wanting to be a Patriot. He never said cap to the report of him not wanting to be a member of the Washington Commanders, which I thought that was pretty interesting. So we asked this question yesterday here on the Raiders Report, and guess what? I'm going to ask you today because at the end of yesterday's show, I said, I guarantee you your number's going to be double. What is it now? What are the chances Daniels is drafted by the Washington Commanders? Scale it from 1 to 100. 1 being 1% chance. 100, there's a 100% chance. After this YouTube ad break, I am going to give you my answer. My answer on whether or not Jayden Daniels is drafted by the Washington Commanders, right now, I'm going to put it at like 5% chance of happening. To say that it's impossible is not fair to Jayden. It's also probably not fair to this entire draft situation. But if you're Washington and you just heard that report from Adam Schefter, are you not like, well, shit, I don't even know if we can draft this guy now, because you want to be able to draft somebody that is 100% bought in, because that's the face of your franchise. If the face of your franchise, the week before the draft, it's being reported by Schefter, and it's on social media that his agent obviously is not very happy with the situation, I don't know if you're a brand new head coach, brand new GM, that you can put yourself in that type of situation. The next story here, leading up with this Daniels timeline, is the Jayden meeting story. So according to Evan Silva, if you don't know what the Evan Silva story is from top to bottom, Silva reported, another guy, again, very, very well connected, saying that he heard from multiple sources that Jayden's meeting with the Washington Commanders didn't go well. That's a problem, is it not? So now you got Schefter saying that he doesn't really want to go to the Commanders. Then there was the story that apparently Jayden Daniels met up with Adam Peters, and Peters told him, oh, you're only a 5th-round pick, and you're not going to be able to translate to the NFL. Then the meetings this year, according to another source from Silva, say, well, guess what? It's not going to be working out too well for you. That these meetings didn't go well, whether it's at, before the NFL Scouting Combine or after his pro day, more and more stories linking Jayden not wanting to be a Commander. I'll get into the back half here of this timeline, but I do want to tell you all about Panda Sup's new protein. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I can't sell this one enough. This shit's gonna blow your mind. It is the perfect time of the year. Like when it's summertime, I'm ready to go out and chill. And this brand new protein here, it is pineapple whip with freeze-dried pineapple inclusions. Like, there is real freeze-dried pineapples in this protein. And Panda Sup's Fuel is the finest multi-phase premium protein to ever hit the market, using premium ingredients such as non-GMO whey protein isolate, grass-fed hydrolyzed collagen, whey concentrate, casein protein, probiotics, and digestive enzymes. This is hands down one of the most stacked premium proteins on the market. 30 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar, 1 gram of fat, 140 calories per scoop. And again, like when I tell you guys their protein slaps, it's the best protein on the market. I have a huge, huge sweet tooth. My other favorite protein, and I've been giving it out here to the office, like Rolly's tried it. Harrison is not even a big protein drinker. He tried this mint chocolate chip, chugs in the background saying it's very, very good. And if you're somebody that loves like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or cinnamon buns, you turn this into a creamy. The Fuel protein from Panda Sups is unbelievable. Use code Raiders for 20% off at pandasups.com. That link's going to be available to you all down in the comments and down in the description of today's show. All right, let's keep it moving here with this Jayden and Commanders timeline. Neighbors hints that Jayden to the Raiders. If you don't know this story, Malik Neighbors, obviously teammates or former teammate now of Jayden Daniels at their time at LSU. And Neighbors in front of like 2,000 people watching was like, oh, so you're going to join homie, right? Like, you're going to join your homeboy. What's interesting about that is because then Jayden kind of goes like, well, I don't know if that's really going to happen. Or he's like, oh, you're really going to do that to me right now. So you saw Jayden kind of laugh and smile about it. What's intriguing about that is the Washington Commanders have nobody on their roster linked to Jayden Daniels, whether it's coach, whether it's coaching staff, whether it's players. There is absolutely, positively nobody that is connected to Jayden Daniels on the Washington Commanders. So for Malik Neighbors to kind of throw that one out there, especially live, like if you're going to be chilling with like one of your guys, you're not going to put your dude in that situation unless you think that maybe you are hearing something. Let's go to the next one here. Adam Peters' friend links May to the Washington Commanders. So Adam Peters, again, general manager of the Washington Commanders. His good friend, and this is another very well-documented thing for people that follow the NFL a lot, Daniel Jeremiah is very, very well connected and also very good friends with Adam Peters. And this is what he had to say. Adam Peters' friend had this to say. In terms of what they're going to do, honestly, I've known Washington general manager Adam Peters forever. He's not going to say a word. I think all of us are going to have to find out who they're picking once they're on the clock and turn the card in there in Detroit. I have been connecting them to Drake May for a long time. I just felt like the fit is there. I think about Dan Quinn going to a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan and what Matt Ryan was coming out, strengths, weaknesses, and I thought it actually married up pretty well with Drake. So that had been my connection there. Then our guy here who covers the Washington Commanders, and I think at the end of the day, like, think about what I do, right? And I hope that people who watch the show, when I say something, you take it seriously in the idea of I am really, really covering the Raiders to the best of my ability. When people who start covering this team and they have been on the board of, oh, Jayden, he's a commander, when you start getting people that are very well connected on the team and know the ins and outs the way that we know the ins and outs here of the Raiders, and now they start to get nervous that they're not going to get their guy, that Drake May is going to be going to Washington. So not only is it coming from Schefter, it's now starting to trickle down to the people that cover the Washington Commanders the same way that we cover the Raiders here at the Raiders Report. And then there's these tweets too, where Schefter, the rumors around Jayden, and then the stuff about from Jayden's agent himself. Like, when you think about all of this happening, I mean, especially the shit that has happened just in the last 24 to 48 hours, where there is smoke, there is fire, and people have been sending me that message all day, every day. I mean, look at the last few likes of Jayden's agents, like Jayden's agent, his agent, the guy that's going to sign it, his agent. These are the tweets that he has liked. Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, bashes the Commanders for bringing in 4 quarterback prospects, all at once rather than individually. Why would you dilute your ability to get maximum time and just the opportunity to evaluate? You're trying to evaluate 4 guys at once. He also liked this tweet. How many companies do this? Put them around their peers. Bring players from the team along and see how they interact. Who the F cares how they interact with players they are never going to play with? This doesn't make sense to me. You know what doesn't make sense to me at this point? The Washington Commanders seeing all these things and still taking Jayden Daniels at number 2. So Schefter reported that Jayden and his agent weren't pleased with the Commanders' process the day after his agent sounded off on X. Then, a few hours later, Adam Schefter doubles down and says, guess what? Based on what I've heard, Jayden Daniels doesn't want to play for the Washington Commanders. Then doubles down even more and says, Jayden Daniels wants to play for the Las Vegas Raiders. I know that we have said it's far-fetched. I know that even if there's a possibility, you still got to give up an arm and a leg to get him. But man, oh man, you got Antonio Pierce talking about he wants a franchise quarterback, doesn't want a Band-Aid on it. Tom Telesco, time to put your balls on the table, and it's time to go get us our franchise quarterback, Jayden Daniels.
Damn straight!
Damn straight. Who are the Commanders going to pick at number 2? Do you still think it's Jayden Daniels? You said Jayden Daniels yesterday. Are you still on that board? Because I think it's hard to be on that board, man.
Oh.
Also, Frank, you in?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
I don't know.
You
Rolly,
think?
what did y'all go with? Oh, yeah. Dude, it's good. Dude, I'm telling best chicken sandwich you've ever had.
Interesting.
I haven't had the wrap, but I haven't had a bad thing there.
What do you guys think here? I'm seeing a lot of Drake May. I think it's Drake May.
I would say it's before I would give it a 50-50 shot that the Commanders were going to draft Jayden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going down to 33.33%, so a third. I think it's equal now. Jayden, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy.
So do you think what Schefter said today is true?
I think
So if you think that's true, why would you draft him? That's where I'm like, how does a team draft a quarterback when a week before the draft happens, it's being reported by Schefter? He doesn't make things up.
But it's, his agent, him saying his agent isn't happy with the process that went through is different than his agent saying Jayden does not want to play with the Commanders.
I agree, but Schefter today said.
I know Jayden would like to play with
elsewhere.
other teams as well. But at the end of the day, like I said, Jayden doesn't have the leg to stand on to be like an Eli Manning and say, you know what? Even if you draft me, I'm not going to play for you.
Sure.
And if they really think Jayden's talent is up here and Drake May is here, if they have Jayden Daniels this much ahead of Drake May, they'd be dumb not to get Jayden Daniels.
Or do you make the trade? Do you make a trade? Like, you have the opportunity to get a whole bunch of new draft capital.
At that point, and that's the only thing, if they trade out, I think it's worse for the Raiders, because then I think it's either New England or Minnesota that they're trading back with, because they still need a quarterback. I don't think they're going from 2 to 13 because they have so much draft capital. They don't need a second or a third round pick this year. They need that top quarterback. So if they trade back, I think it's with New England, or maybe I think the furthest they go is with the Vikings and get 2 first-rounders, but even that's far-fetched.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, Adam Peters also said yesterday that, they're probably going to take somebody at number 2. And I'm on board with Washington taking a quarterback, and I think it's going to be Drake May.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said that I think it's going to be Drake May, for the record, but now there was a lot more people that were saying Jayden. And I think after today, be honest with me, now people are starting to change their tune a little bit.
I just don't know, which nobody knows, where they have these quarterbacks ranked talent-wise and
nobody knows.
And other variables.
Yeah.
Like, if they have Jayden Daniels way up here, I couldn't see an NFL organization being like, you know what, Jayden's agent has been really sending some smoke signals saying that, nah, not the Commanders. Because, I mean, it's not the first time, every early round pick in the draft, every, first, second round pick in the draft has said like, oh, wow. I mean, you know how many wide receivers in the draft have said, I would love to play with C.J. Stroud.
Of course.
Texans aren't drafting a wide receiver early in the draft.
Oh, I know. And that's like everyone always sends me all these NFL players or the guys coming in the draft.
Want to play with Max Crosby.
I want to play with Max Crosby.
Jared Verse said he wants to play with Max Crosby, so no one's going to draft him till 13.
No, and I get it. But I do find it very interesting that all of these things are starting to happen at once. Like we talked 2 weeks ago, I said, I was told that the Raiders were going to trade up or trying to acquire a pick for the Dolphins.
Oh! Arizona!
We're going to bang.
Bang!
What is up, my brother?
Drake May is the possibility real for number 3. Raiders! Bang!
Raiders! Arizona Tim. Y'all in? Huh? Arizona Tim?
Like the T. Yeah, I mean, Drake May. I think you're saying Drake May is is the possibility for the Commanders.
I agree. If you want to shout out here on the show, can I get some Arizonians in the chat?
I do feel like it's a little weird how little has been said around the Raiders and Drake May, though. Like, for him being a top QB prospect and the Raiders needing a QB, you know what I was saying about the smokescreen the other day with Bo Nix? It's weird that the Raiders, I mean, maybe it's just really not a good fit at all, but for him being a top quarterback in the draft and being as good and touted as he is, that there really hasn't been any discussion with the Raiders in him is kind of weird.
I'll say this, that I don't find it to be weird, and the only reason why I say that is because the Raiders already know how probably far-fetched of an idea it is for them to be able to trade up and get a top quarterback. If I'm the Raiders and I know that it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, the only way I'm going to do it if there's one guy that I am just specifically locked on. And I think they have their eyes for Jayden, and
what if
like that's their guy?
What if somehow Drake May falls to 7?
I would do it, but I don't know if the Raiders I don't know if that's their guy. Like, to me, I think that they believe Drake May is going to go in the top 3, which I do too. And they're like, the only guy that we're looking at is Jayden. You got the beer goggles on. Like, I'm sure the first time you saw Danny, you're like, yeah, that's never going to happen. She's out of my league. Your beer goggles are on for her. You probably saw some other attractive people, but you didn't waste your time because your goggles were on her. You
that's 100% how it happened.
That's Jayden Daniels and Antonio Pierce right now. Danny's Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce is like, oh, Jayden.
I hope not.
Ed!
Man!
We'll get back to you, Ed. Bang!
Mr. Navman! I'm telling you what, my dad's been talking about Navman a lot. He's been saying that this is the next guy that's going to strike fear into even his eyes. Mr. Navman, do we really want a college player going to the NFL that refuses the team they go to? I hate Eli for this very reason. Is that Raider DNA? I think not. I care less now for Jayden Daniels than ever have. I finally won a duck race. Whoop, whoop. Navman did win a duck race, which, did you see that yesterday?
I did. Dude, I was so close.
You were.
I was in like 3rd.
Navman won $830 yesterday on the Raiders Report. I'll say this. It
should have been me.
If Jayden Daniels has the exact same type of career as Eli Manning, you wouldn't hate him. That's 2 Super Bowl champions. If Jayden gives me 2 Super Bowl champions, I'll tell you this right now.
Jayden tattoo?
I don't really give a shit. I will never get a tattoo of a player. Just because you never know.
I'm saying, like, after the 2 Super Bowls.
No, I will never get a tattoo of a player. I won't do it. Just because, and again, you never know what happens, but I know somebody that has a Henry Ruggs tattoo. I saw a Raider fan get one. That's an unfortunate situation. My point is, I'm not doing it.
I saw somebody with a Cleveland Ferrell tattoo.
Really?
No.
I was going to say, that's impossible. But is it in his Raider DNA? I don't think that there's anything wrong with, and I feel at times like people are knocking on Jayden for maybe not wanting to go to a certain team. I mean, I think it's also like, you're going to ask a young man where he thinks he's going to have the most success to have the best career possible. Like, there are certain jobs that aren't the fit for anyone.
And this is going to sound far-fetched. Hear me out, though.
I'm listening.
Jayden, running quarterback, right? Who is known for having one of the worst field conditions in the NFL that's taken many a knees, many of ACLs in the past? FedEx Field with the Washington Commanders. If you're a running quarterback and you saw RG3 go down with the Commanders, you've seen the amount of injuries that team has withstood at quarterback and at other positions of that nature, and you're a running quarterback. I mean, maybe it's far-fetched, maybe it's out there, maybe it's I'm completely off base.
But I also think, like, if you're a quarterback and you have the opportunity, right? He just won the Heisman Trophy. He's got the power right now to a certain degree. Like, Yeah, there's certainly going to be teams here and there.
Richard, you don't want that.
However, though, like, think about this. Like, you have the opportunity to make 50, 60, 70 million dollars a year in 4 years. Why would you not want to go to the team that gives you the best chance to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to have a long and successful NFL career. If you legitimately don't think it's Washington, and quite frankly, I don't blame any young quarterback for saying, I don't want to go to the Washington Commanders, an organization right now that
it's weird.
It's not a good organization.
They've got a curse.
Not saying the Raiders have been great.
They've
but
got a curse or something
Pierce.
with quarterbacks too. Like the amount of quarterbacks that have gotten hurt there. Dude, if you want to see something crazy, like a crazy injury, go watch. I think it wasn't a 30 for 30.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like an outside the lines or something on Alex Smith and the injury he had with the Commanders.
That's a little different, but
dude,
I hear you.
Wild.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the. I mean,
they said
dude
his leg was.
died.
They said his leg was in the conditions of somebody who had been to Iraq.
I mean, I remember, if you have never seen that documentary, it's an amazing documentary. You should absolutely watch it. But that man, I want Jayden Daniels because I think with Jayden, the Raiders have a legit Super Bowl contending roster.
The 805.
I'm going for it.
What flavor did you get? An 805 Raider said he just ordered from Panda right now.
What'd you get?
What flavor? Let me know.
I'll say this. My personal favorite flavors from Panda, the pineapple whip one.
I haven't tried it yet. I want to try the pineapple. The mint chocolate chip is bomb. The cinnamon toast is bomb. I'm a guy who likes to mix it into my smoothies and like with fruit, so I'm a big vanilla guy.
Yeah.
The chocolate is pretty good too. If you're trying to mix,
I like the chocolate more than vanilla. But do you like vanilla ice cream more than chocolate ice cream?
Not necessarily, but like whenever I'm making smoothies, it's always fruit, and it's like vanilla.
Fair.
Vanilla is just so easy to mix in, and it's like almost like vanilla ice creamy.
Yeah. See, if I make a smoothie, most of the time I do like fruit, but it's fruit that goes well with peanut butter. That's why I like the chocolate. Though I bet you vanilla would also be pretty damn good. Let me know what you got, man. I'm curious.
We had somebody tell us today that they only like banana in their smoothie. Only banana. Weirdo.
Weirdo. Ed!
Absolute psychotic behavior.
Let's go to my man, Ed. What's up, Ed? Sorry for skipping you there, man.
I am Punchy said, Chugs, what's your smoothie recipe? I like strawberry, banana. Also, sneaky one in there that I've been doing a lot, frozen dragon fruit.
Really?
So strawberry, banana, dragon fruit, and mango.
Interesting.
That combination of 4, really good.
Ed is saying that I made that deal last night. I mean, Ed, I'll tell you this right now then. I don't think it's possible because we're going to be live. Like I said, we'd be live from 5:30 our time. It would be 5:30 in the morning. And then the next live show, I don't know when the next day of the NFL draft is, but then, we'll be live for that as well. I'll tell you this. If they draft Jayden, we're 100% going to party. And the worst part is I'll have to go back and watch it because I don't remember making that deal. Last night is one of the most blurry nights I have probably ever had here on the Raiders Report, and anybody that tuned in should not be surprised by that.
So the 805, that's funny. Those are the 2 flavors that I have at my house right now. He got the vanilla ice cream and the strawberries and cream. I have both of those flavors right now.
I think that you're going to like the strawberries and cream more because that has freeze-dried strawberries in it, and it's the reason why I like that protein is because I don't like to just drink just liquid. And I always say this about if I have a Bloody Mary, I want to be able to chew my Bloody Mary. I want to be able to chew on the thing that I'm drinking. And that's why I think Panda Sups a lot of times is a game changer because you kind of get a bite in every drink.
Yeah.
It's minus the vanilla and chocolate.
The strawberries and cream I really enjoyed.
It's like in a creamy on a hot summer day, gas. Freddie, Mitch, what percentage do you think the Raiders land Jayden Daniels? Also, Raiders! I would say right now 20%, 25%. It's still not a high probability that you're going to be able to even figure out a way to move up and get a trade done. But I will say that if Drake May goes off the board at number 2, then that leaves a situation open for the Raiders to move up to number 3. The question is, though, would the Patriots take Jayden Daniels then? Would a team like the Minnesota Vikings be able to offer a better pick? You know, like all of those things can absolutely go into the equation. Oh, shit. Jonathan Martinez! Bang! My man, Jonathan Martinez.
My kids and I. Oh, go ahead.
You're good. You got it. I'll do this.
My kids and I love the channel and appreciate everything y'all do for the nation. Their favorite part of the show is when y'all yell, bang! So here you go, kids. This one's for you from Jonathan Martinez.
All right, Jonathan. This is what we're going to do. Jonathan, I want a like a picture or maybe even a video. We could probably put it up on here on the show. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go Jonathan Martinez, and we're going to bang. But I want to do it together, okay? Sound good? You guys ready? I hope you're ready. Jonathan Martinez and the fam. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jonathan Martinez! Bang! Somebody clip that. Send it to me. I want to get it up here on the show. Jonathan, if you got it, it would be much, much appreciated, my brother. Let's go to No Santana. I have literally cried just thinking we draft Jayden Daniels. Let's do this the Raider way.
Mitch cries every 30 minutes to start the day in thoughts that the Raiders get Jayden Daniels.
I actually don't know what I think about more. The Raiders drafting Jayden Daniels or the Raiders firing Josh McDaniels.
Oh.
It's right there. It's right there.
You are the meme where Alex is like, he's probably thinking of other girls. And then in your mind, it's just like Jayden Daniels jersey edits.
Just Jayden just tossing one deep to Devontae down the field.
You're just smiling in your sleep.
Oh, it's nice. And Alex is like, oh, that bitch. What's up, Nav, man? After a rewatch of last night, I pre-ordered a Night Chugger game. Ha, ha, ha. Had the whole staff boogered up. I don't think I've ever heard that expression, boogered up.
Hell yeah. I like it, though.
So what we figured out, we have clamps. So you can actually clamp it to the table so it's not, like, moving so much. Though, it's a very messy game. Like, it's probably too messy of a game. It's all good, though. It was a lot of fun, man. It really, really was. It was a freaking good time. All right, I got to give some shout-outs here to some people that are in our duck race here.
Sir Chai?
Can't lie, Mitch. I kind of like Fuaga and Olu Fashanu. I mean, there's nothing to even be upset about that. Talisi Fuaga is a phenomenal offensive tackle from Oregon State. I do think Olu might have the higher upside because I just think he's a better overall athlete. However, though, he plays on the left side. So in terms of who's the more likely prospect that the Raiders would draft, I would say Talisi Fuaga would be the right answer.
Then this one.
What's up, Rebel? Who are the other teams that would draft Jayden? Also, is it okay to add ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich?
Hold on 1 second.
What?
I'm calling.
Who are you calling?
I'm calling somebody to see if it's okay.
If I had to guess, Chip or Chase. Those are my guesses. Is it okay? Give me a Y for yes and for no. Ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. My answer is no.
Maybe Chase doesn't answer. Let's see.
I don't blame him. He's off today.
Hey,
You've reached Chase. See, I don't think so.
Well, we have to ask somebody from Philly or else it doesn't.
Dude, I'm telling you the answer. There's no way. There's no way. In terms of other teams that would be willing to draft Jayden,
Chip?
the Patriots.
what up, brother?
Hey, what up, brother?
You guys are so
I
lame.
have a Philly-based question. You're live on the Raiders Report net right now. I have a Philly-based question that I need to ask you.
Okay.
Is it a violation to put ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Chase is calling me. Let me hit you back up in a bit.
All right.
Hey, Chase.
Yo, what up?
You're live on the Raiders Report, and I have a quick Philly-based question for you.
Let's do it.
Is it a violation to put ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak?
Yes. The only thing that should go on a Philly cheesesteak is the meat, cheese,
Pause.
onions, and if you want to go with the hot pepper on the side, that's fine. But nothing else should be on the Philly cheesesteak.
Okay, we were debating ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak, yes or no. We now have our answer. I had to call somebody from Philly, boots on the ground.
I got you.
Later, bro. There you have it. You can't, Rebel. Sorry.
What do you think, though?
I agree. Chopped cheese, yes, all the way. You go ketchup. Philly cheesesteak, no.
What do you mean chopped cheese?
You never had a chopped cheese?
Maybe I haven't.
Chopped cheese is basically a New York sub where they basically get a hamburger and cheese and they chop it up. Like they make a burger, they chop it up, and basically you make a burger on a hoagie roll.
Interesting.
And you put like lettuce, tomato, onions, and then a lot of people put like ketchup and mayo on top.
See, I would call that a cheesesteak in the garden. That's what it would have been called.
A what?
Cheesesteak in the garden. That's what back in my hometown, that's how I'd order what you just got. Because it's on like a special bread. It's not like a normal bread.
Yeah, you got to get it from the bodega.
The potato bread.
Sure. First, you put the patty on the grill. Then, we season it up. And the result is... we actually have a New Yorker.
We have a New Yorker.
How would you describe a chopped cheese
as
to
he's
somebody?
rocking a Boston sweatshirt?
That's bad look. Chopped cheese is like a bunch of ground beef, onions, and peppers.
And cheese.
And cheese, obviously, smashed together with different types of bread. You could do different types of bread.
Smitty's also a vegan, in case you were wondering.
Definitely not.
What? So I heard Jennifer Lopez got a ton of slack for her bodega order. What's your bodega order?
What is a bodega order?
My bodega order is a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hard roll, salt, pepper. I don't roll ketchup on my bacon and cheese. But I'm not usually a chopped cheese guy when I'm rolling.
You're more of a bacon, egg, and cheese guy.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Yep. Let me get it back.
What drink?
Arizona iced tea, 99 cents, never change the price.
Arizona Tim?
Arizona.
Arizonia Tim. All right.
Half and half guy. Let me get on.
Yeah, you look like a half and half
Rebel
guy.
said, I was told Western PA or Pittsburgh said it's okay.
I mean, people in Pittsburgh also put French fries on it, so.
That's Permante's.
Pittsburgh is big. Like I put French fries on everything. It's kind of crazy. Like when
Sperry's a big Permante's bro guy.
Oh really? I was gonna say the one weekend I was hanging out with Kwiatkowski, when he ordered a burger, he literally got fries on it. Like Quit's old burger at Barcode was I forget everything. It was a monster of a burger, but then it was also packed with like French fries on it because he's like, that's what we do in Pittsburgh. I was like, that's kind of wild. That's a lot. But Rebel,
dude, a Cali burrito with the French carne asada, some homemade guac, French fries inside of it.
Again, I
Sounds
guess I'm
great.
just not like a big French fry person. Alex,
Dude,
if
Cali,
I get her French fries after a girl's night out, good night for me.
Every time I see a Cali burrito, I die a little bit inside knowing that I'm not having it right now.
I got to give a shout out here to some people that are in our duck race. Frank, Navman, Ultra VAB, Willie Pfister, $20 Venmo right now, and you'd have the opportunity to win $50 here on the Raiders Report. Chugs, I'm going to throw on a different jersey here real quick. We got one more segment to do, and then it's going to be happy hour, which it's already been happy hour. I've been having a good time. I still want to get some of those questions going, though. Hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get those questions, comments.
Texans versus Mexicans.
On the show. Let's get it going here. All right, give me a minute.
Oh, dude, Arizona iced tea used to hit back in middle school. Get 4 quarters, go up to the little convenience store, get an Arizona iced tea. The mango's good. I used to be addicted to the Arizona energy drink. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's in like a yellow can. What is it? Arizona Energy? They call it Energy Herbal Tonic. The real ones know. Let's see. We do have another super chat coming in from Arizonia Tim. Funny enough, talking about Arizona. I'd put A1 or Heinz 57 on my Philly cheesesteak. Ooh. I'm not a big A1 guy. Oh, Snapple used to hit as well. I'm not a big A1 guy. Heinz 57 I like with like a fried pork chop. It's pretty good. I actually didn't know. Is it because I think it's because there's 57 different ingredients in Heinz 57. No. Heinz 57 is not ketchup. Heinz makes ketchup. Is it? Oh, 50. I don't know. Heinz 57 is not ketchup though. It's like a steak sauce, kinda. It's good. It's good though. We're about to talk about ESPN trade ideas around the Raiders moving up in the 2024 NFL draft. ESPN laid out, well, first of all, they had a trade for every single pick in the first round of the NFL draft and possible trade-up situations, trade-down situations. Needless to say, the Raiders were very popular. Very popular in this article.
There's a lot of trades.
A lot of Raiders. A lot of Raiders on there.
I heard you say you don't like A1, and I actually agree with Yoda.
I'm not a big A1. Like I
love A1.
Oh, see, like
A1 on a burger to me, bro. Like A1, a little bit of like ketchup, maybe some hot sauce on a burger.
But you also like mixing all your sauces.
Yeah, I like messy.
You're like, oh, let me have fries with ketchup, ranch, and hot sauce mixed together.
I mean, that sounds good.
I know that does not sound good to me.
Oh yeah, see that's a sauce
I don't
that
like
I'm looking for.
Like I don't mind mixing my food, mixing my sauces. Well, even though I wasn't a big
I feel like that's a weird take.
I wasn't a big sauce
You would
mixing
rather
guy.
mix food than sauce?
Well, yeah, just because like I feel like some sauces don't go to get like honey mustard and ranch.
Yeah, let's do it.
No.
Let's do it. Why not? Let's get wild with it. Like I'd be the guy. I'd have a little spot of honey mustard. I'd have a little spot of ranch, and then I'd have a spot of them together. That's 3 sauces.
Mitch, I imagine Mitch eats food the way a painter gets his painting palette ready. He just has all his things, and Mitch uses the Tinder to like swipe, and he's like, "Oh no, this shade looks amazing." A1 and
When I eat, imagine Bob Ross. That's me eating chicken tenders.
Now, the one thing I do have to say, Danny got me on barbecue chicken pizza with ranch on top.
Yeah, very good.
That's good. Mixing sauces a ton.
A1 on a steak, it's not a good steak. If you're using A1 on a steak, it's not a good steak.
Well,
A1
yeah.
on a burger, A1 on a burger can get it to me.
I like other sauces on. I'd rather have like a fancy sauce.
Who?
Like a fancy sauce.
A fancy sauce.
Like ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Fancy sauce. I guess
I am a mixing sauces guy. It just has to be the right sauces.
Yeah, sure.
You're very much. It doesn't matter.
Let's get wild with it. Yeah. Nav man, cheers to you.
I know you guys are familiar with Boosie's. I get the brisket sandwich, which is good, but damn, that Southern Philly wrap they have is amazing. Who's on the Zoom next Wednesday, by the way? Raiders!
Boosie's. It's Buc-ee's, in case you guys don't know.
I've heard great things about the Southern Philly wrap. I haven't had it yet.
Jamari, you're in.
The sausage they have there is really good.
No Santana, you in.
What's it called? The jerky there is really good. I like the fudge. The kolaches there are fantastic.
You in. Was Rick the one that did this yesterday? Yeah. Were you here yesterday when Rick sent $320 on accident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you do it again?
No. I'll say, Rick, you know what? If it happens twice, man, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go to the real cowboy. Are you guys fry sauce guys?
I like fry sauce.
What is fry sauce?
I feel like fry sauce is usually like, it's almost kind of like King sauce, where it's like a mixture of like ketchup, mayo, and like maybe like mustard or some other sauces in there.
Whatever. Cane sauce to me is like crack.
But different places make different fry sauce. But it's usually like a mayo base.
I can't hear anything you're saying. It's very
fry
good.
sauce, yeah.
Petey. Is it?
Yeah, fry sauce is pretty. I feel like a lot of places
How would
make
you
their
ex-
own fry sauce, but it's usually like a mayo-based sauce. I feel like.
Okay, I think I would like that.
Wait, what part of Navman's question?
What?
They said we didn't answer Navman's question.
We didn't? Who is in the Zoom next Wednesday?
Oh,
The people that I got right now in the Zoom call next Wednesday are Trivan, Navman, Zon, Jackson, LA Crash Dog, Aaron Winnick, and the Great Tuna.
have you been to Boosie's?
I have been to Boosie's.
Did you get any food?
The only thing I've ever gotten there, I got brisket and eggs one time, like the wraps that they had there.
Their breakfast. Oh, dude, their breakfast tacos.
Their breakfast tacos
Really
are very good. I also got, I want to say it was a brownie. There was something like,
Their fudge is good.
no, it was the fudge. It was the fudge, because you've told me about the fudge
They know how to
before.
pack some fudge there.
Dude, Boosie's is bad and Boosie when it comes to fudge. All right, y'all. The people that are in the duck race right now, it would be 20 to win. It looks like $80 here on the Raiders Report. We're going to do that at the very end of today's show. We got 600 people here in the chat. If you haven't already, click that like button. It does help us out quite a bit. And Jeremy, we do owe a dad joke. We owe a dad joke. So do you have any on tap, or do you want me to cook one up? Because I can look real quick. Do I go dirty, or this is my favorite title, jokes that are actually funny? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the cat that ate a lemon? Now it's a sourpuss.
It's pretty good.
I mean, it's not great. It's not amazing. All right, last one.
Do you know dogs in different countries actually speak the language of those countries?
Yeah.
Like, dogs in America speak English.
Yes.
Dogs in Mexico, they're like, hey, what's up? Dogs in China, help, help!
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Boom-ch.
Boom-ch. Though, when I lived in Germany, the amount of dogs that would I actually thought about that before. I'm like, honestly, that dog knows more German than I do. Like,
Probably.
no, seriously, like it was kind of wild sometimes. All right, here's the last one, okay? How do mice floss their teeth?
With Cheese Whiz?
Kind of close. String cheese.
Ah!
Kind of close. I mean, cheese whiz, I don't get, but
I was thinking something with cheese.
all right, last one. What do you call a happy cowboy?
I can't say it.
A Jolly Rancher.
That's not what I was
That's
gonna
not what I was going to say.
say. No, that's good. Good joke.
What do you call a happy cowboy? And welcome to Friday Happy Hour. Coming up here on today's show, greetings from Germany from Julius. What up, Julius?
Bonjour.
Bonjour to you. Coming up here, we are going to talk about some trade ideas that ESPN has cooked up for the Raiders. And I know Chuck's kind of explained what this show is. Essentially, ESPN made trades for every single pick in the draft, outlining like, all right, hey, we're going to have some fun here. If a trade were to happen, what's the most likely trade at that pick? The Raiders here are mentioned as the team that like could do literally anything. So a lot of different trades. I know there's already two that you guys are going to have a freaking conniption about, and I can't wait to discuss it. But also with these trades, I want to be able to outline which player I think the Raiders would make that trade for. Someone threw two D's and an O at me, which struck me as odd. That's dumb. Oh, Martin. That was a very Martin joke. All right, I like this. What do you call a three-legged cow? A three-legged cow? I have no idea.
Lean beef.
That's brutal. I was like thinking like, I know like ground beef. Like, what do you call a cow on the ground? Ground beef. That's where I was thinking this was going to go, but I couldn't make the connection. Lean beef. Like it. I like it. What up, Secret Robert here in the chat? Texans versus Mexicans. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning in to the Raiders Report. I feel like every time I say that name, Alex is like, just shakes her head a little bit. She's like, son of a gun, man.
Adios, mijo.
Literally. Literally. Here we go. Coming up on today's show, let's talk here a little bit about some trades. ESPN decided to cook up. I'll give you my opinion right now here on the Raiders Report. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report. And coming up on today's show, ESPN decided to cook up some trades involving the Las Vegas Raiders and the 2024 NFL Draft. I'll tell you what those trades are and what I think about it. Before I get into those, today's show is presented by Panda Supps. Use code Raiders for 20% off at pandasupps.com. That link's going to be available to y'all down in the comments and down in the description of the show. If you're like, Mitch, what's Panda Supps? They just launched some brand new protein, 30 grams of protein, 140 calories, pineapple. I'm telling you, it is legendary. So the Raiders draft trade ideas that you are going to see are not from me. I cannot stress that enough. They are not from me. They are from ESPN. But the reason why that I wanted to do this is because I like the article that Bill Barnwell from ESPN decided to cook up. And I also like it because there's so many different trade ideas where I don't think that the Raiders are only going to trade up for one player. I also don't think that the Raiders in this situation are only going to trade back for certain players as well. So based on the trades that the Raiders made, to me, each mean different things. And I'll tell you what all of those things are. If you don't know, Chugs and I, we're going to be live for the 2024 NFL Draft. I can't freaking wait, man. I'm just at this point, I'm excited to see what the hell this team decides to do. We will be live for every single pick. And if the Raiders trade up for Jayden, if they don't end up trading up for Jayden, no matter what, we're going to be partying. We're going to get the picks before you see them on TV. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got those notifications turned on. The party gets started here at the show at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So here's what Bill Barnwell said basically on the idea of the article that he created and why I decided to make this show. Spring has sprung. The flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping, and given that we're a week away from the 2024 NFL Draft, it's time for my favorite column of the offseason. Yes, today it's time for my annual mock draft that consists entirely of trades. For each of the 32 picks in round one, I will give you a trade that might, emphasis on the might, make sense. So coming up here, we're going to take a deep dive into all 5 of the trades that Barnwell had the Raiders linked to because there are some starters on our team that he thinks could potentially get dealt. And the reason why that I thought that this article was interesting with all the deals that ended up happening, because this article was released on the exact same day that Adam Schefter reported that Jayden Daniels doesn't want to be a member of the Washington Commanders. So let's get this thing juicy. Here's the first trade coming in here from ESPN. The Las Vegas Raiders, they get the number 3 overall pick, also a 5th-round pick in 2025, and a 3rd-round pick in 2026. The Patriots, they get 3 first-round picks and then a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft. My initial thought of this is, I think this is a hell of a deal for the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, you're giving up 3 first-round picks, and sure, you're giving up pick 44, but, I actually think it's going to cost the Silver and Black a lot more than this to be able to move up and go get your guy in Jayden Daniels if this is the deal. But I'm telling you this right now, if Antonio Pierce calls because the Commanders end up taking Drake May because, as it's been reported, Jayden Daniels doesn't want to go to the Commanders. If this is what it takes to go up and get your guy, I can't run to the podium fast enough to get that deal going because this, to me, is a phenomenal, phenomenal deal for the Silver and Black in terms of what ESPN was thinking of why the Raiders would do this trading up to number 3. It's this. If the Patriots think one of Jayden Daniels, Drake May, or J.J. McCarthy, whichever passer makes it to number 3, is a guy that they feel confident about starting for the next 10 years, there's no trade to be had. Draft the quarterback and figure everything else out later. I will admit that I do think Jayden could be drafted by the New England Patriots. There's been a lot of connections there. But to me, the only quarterback that the Raiders are going to move up into the top 3-4 The only quarterback that I actually think that legitimately they're going to try to trade up for is Jayden Daniels. He's been their plan A for the entire offseason. This is the guy Antonio Pierce won. Adam Schefter reported that Jayden wants to play for the Raiders, which we already knew anyway, but the fact that Schefter is starting to say it and the fact that we're a week away from the NFL draft, a lot more of this stuff is rolling in, and I'm not going to lie, it's making me excited. So what do y'all think about this? Give me a yes, give me a no. It's going to be the pinned comment on today's show, which means you're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. I want you to scroll on down and give me the answer to this question. Do you want the Raiders to trade up into the top 3 for a quarterback? Navman, I know you don't want it to happen. Here's the thing, though. I do want the Raiders to try to move up and go get their quarterback. I am a believer that they are a Jayden Daniels away from competing for a Super Bowl. Like, if you're able to have a top 5 defense, and if you believe in defense wins championships, if you're able to get yourself a difference maker, a potential top 10 quarterback, that's how Super Bowl caliber teams are built. Because now you have that young man for the next 3-4 years on a very, very cheap contract. And if I'm Las Vegas, I'm thinking about my window for Max Crosby. I'm thinking about my window for Devontae Adams. My 3-year window, because Devontae's got 3 years left on his deal. Max Crosby's got 3 years left on his deal. You got Wilkins has got 4 years on his deal. If I'm the Raiders, I go, why not? I get a difference maker at quarterback that I can pay very, very cheap. Yeah, sure, I got to give up draft capital, but if I get my franchise guy and there's 3 years where he's playing at a rookie deal, that's how Super Bowls are started, and that's how dynasties are made, and that's what I want here on the Raiders Report. Let's go to the second trade idea here that ESPN decided to cook up. The Raiders trade up to get pick 8. The Falcons, they receive pick 13, pick 77, and then edge rusher Malcolm Kuntz. Now, first off, I'll tell you this right now. I don't like this trade. And when Barnwell made this deal, I actually think that when he invented this deal, it was like still for the idea of the Raiders to be able to go up and trade up and potentially get a quarterback. But I'm telling you this right now, Drake May's not going to be here. Maybe J.J. McCarthy's here. Maybe Bo Nix is there. Michael Penix Jr. is probably going to be there. I don't see the Raiders doing this trade and going up and getting one of those guys. To me, there was another player that if this trade were to happen, the Raiders would have somebody else in mind. And if this did happen, I wouldn't be very, very crazy about it, but it would be more of a Telesco move. So here's what ESPN had to say. Telesco repeatedly targeted the offensive line toward the end of his tenure with the Chargers to try to protect Justin Herbert. This trade would be a move up to grab a tackle ahead of the Bears and Jets, with whomever the Raiders take slotting in at right tackle ahead of Thayer Munford. I am actually going to disagree with that take that Barnwell is throwing out there, because I don't think that it would be to be the offensive tackle that would start in front of Thayer Munford. To me, the only way that the Raiders would risk giving up Malcolm Kuntz, a third-round pick, just to move up for an offensive tackle, the only tackle they're doing that for is Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. And then and Telesco loves Notre Dame prospects. I think he is the most pro-ready offensive tackle out there on the market. And I think that there's 2 scenarios here. Either A, the Raiders pick up the phone, they call Colton Miller, and Miller says, you know what, man, yeah, I'm okay playing right tackle. Let's have the best offensive tackle in the National Football League. The other scenario could potentially be that there is a team that wants Colton Miller in a trade, and the Raiders believe, you know what, because we had to go up and get some extra draft capital, that we're going to have to trade away Colton Miller to get even more picks for this year's draft. Both would be those situations of why that trade for the Atlanta Falcons happened. It wouldn't be to go up and get a right tackle, that I can promise you. Let's go to the third trade, and this is the one that's going to break the internet. I can already tell you. In fact, I want you to take a screenshot of this. I want you to post it on social media, Twitter, Instagram, at MitchellRenz365, because, again, I didn't come up with the trade. The Raiders, the Raiders get a 10 and a 4th-round pick, 111. ESPN make the trade. The Jets, they get number 13 pick, a 2nd overall pick, 44, and a backup quarterback for Aaron Rodgers in Aiden O'Connell. I know a lot of people that watch the show think that Aiden is a starter, and you know what? He's going to get some opportunity to compete against Gardner Minshew if the Raiders don't end up trading up for a guy like Jayden Daniels. However, most NFL teams look at Aiden as a backup. I've seen the report that Sports Illustrated is throwing out there. I'll just say this. If you honestly think that an NFL executive told Sports Illustrated that Aiden O'Connell would be a 1st-round pick in this year's draft, then you also probably think that banana sounds like gullible if you say it very slow. So you get a 1st, a 2nd, and you give up Aiden O'Connell, and this is what you end up doing. The reason why the Raiders would do this, it's for one QB. It would be Michael Penix Jr. You're not going to trade all of that for Bo Nix. I don't think that they're looking at Bo Nix. I actually don't think that they're really looking at J.J. McCarthy either. There are a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation that the Raiders do like Michael Penix Jr., and the whispers have been growing, according to Vic Tafur, that they could take him at 13. If they were legitimately concerned that the Minnesota Vikings were going to take Penix at pick 11, you jump up in front of them, you make that deal with the New York Jets, and the reason why you trade away Aiden then is because you signed Gardner Minshew to be a backup. I know I made a video last week of, hey, it's a possibility the Raiders could trade away Aiden O'Connell, but that's more just because if you go out and you get one of these guys, isn't the plan to hopefully have him to be your dude? And that means Aiden O'Connell is going to be your quarterback 3 because no matter what, Gardner Minshew is your QB 2. You gave him $15 million guaranteed. I know it sucks moving on from AOC, but you got to be able to find your difference maker at QB. It's not Aiden. Coming up, Raiders trading back in to round 1. And I actually think if the Silver and Black were to make a deal for Penix, it would be more along the routes of some of the trades that you're about to see, because I think Penix is a good quarterback, and yes, I do think he's got some upside, and I think he's a better quarterback prospect than J.J. McCarthy. I think he's a better quarterback prospect than Bo Nix, and I am aware that there was a pretty steep drop-off for the Raiders after Penix, because then I think they're targeting a guy like Spencer Rattler. To me, though, if Las Vegas wants to make a deal for Penix, it's going to be a little bit back later at the end of round 1. If you haven't seen this brand new protein from Panda Sups, I have a rule here, Jeremy, where I usually only drink pina coladas. And I'm not saying this tastes like a pina colada, but I only drink pina coladas on the beach. This protein gives me like I'm on vacation vibes. It is unbelievable, and it tastes great. And I've been putting it in my Ninja Creamy. I'm telling you guys, it actually might be my favorite Ninja Creamy protein now. 30 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar, 1 gram of fat, and 140 calories. And what I love about it is the freeze-dried pineapple inside of it. So it's not just like a normal protein. Like, what I love about it is it's super, super sweet. And if you mix this with water, it's actually still very good. If you mix it with milk, it's legit like a phenomenal milkshake in this. You could go try it out. The other protein that I just can't get enough of, maybe it's just because it's summertime, it is the mint chocolate chip. So go to pandasubs.com, use code Raiders for 20% off. I also brought in, we have the mint chocolate chip and we have the cinnamon toast crunch on top of that. And I've been giving it out here to some of the guys at Chat Sports. I'm telling you this right now. If you are trying to get healthier and you have a sweet tooth like me, I want to be able to take my shirt off, hang out at the pool with Chuck and Alex, not even think about it. I'm trying to get in healthier shape. Panda Sups, owned by a Raider fan. Go support them. That link's going to be available to y'all down in the comments and in the description of today's show. All right, let's get into this trade idea number 4 rolling in here from ESPN. Raiders get pick number 28. The Bills receive your 2nd and your 3rd round pick. This is where I would say, if you're the Raiders, is what you should do if you miss out on Jayden early on. To me, you take your best player available at 13, whether that's a Terrion Arnold, a Quinyon Mitchell, a Talisi Fuaga, J.C. Latham. Go get either your starting right tackle or your top cornerback and build that way. And then you're going to have to roll the dice here a little bit. You trade back up into the back end of round 1, and you get a quarterback like Michael Penix Jr. In terms of why ESPN thought this made sense, here we go. The teams that are at the bottom of round 1 aren't going to draft the signal caller, but they could all be on the market to trade their picks for the right offer. If the Raiders go for something besides QB at number 13, this could be their move to get ahead of a team such as the Falcons and the Giants for Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. I'll also say the reason why that I think the Bills are a team that would like to do this, they traded away Stephon Diggs. This is a football team right now that probably still wants to be able to retool and get some extra draft picks. When you move on from a guy like Diggs, not that you're not trying to win a Super Bowl now, because, like, let's get one thing straight. If you got Josh Allen at quarterback, you're always in your Super Bowl window. But, like, you are still trying to add a little bit more depth there on the offense, on the defense, to be able to go out and compete with teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kansas City Chiefs. So this is a very intriguing deal from top to bottom. But what's interesting about what ESPN said there is he said either for Michael Penix Jr. or for Bo Nix. And, you know, we talk a lot about Jayden Daniels. We talk a lot about Michael Penix Jr. We've talked about Bo Nix at times as well on this show. But what I thought was interesting is I'm on board for Michael Penix Jr. over Bo Nix every single day of the week, right? Let's play a little bit of a different hypothetical, because what happens if you miss out on Penix? What happens if you miss out on all these other quarterbacks? And you all know how I feel about Bo Nix. The next guy that you realistically can choose from, in my book, is Spencer Rattler. Who would you potentially trade up for? Okay? Let's say Bo and Spencer Rattler are both available. And I'm not saying in round one. I'm saying in general, because gets to that point where it's like, what do we do? Do you trade up into round 2 for Bo? Do you trade up into round 2 for Spencer Rattler? Because, it's been reported that Rattler could go in round 2, according to Jordan Schultz. It's interesting. Give me a BN for Bo Nix. Give me an SR for Spencer Rattler. I feel like if I would have asked Michael Penix Jr. or Bo, everybody would have said Penix. So because of this, I wanted to see what the answer was. In terms of what I think, again, I'm not a Bo Nix guy. I would actually rather the Raiders draft and trade up for Spencer Rattler. Even if you told me the Raiders had to trade up into the back end of round 2 to get Rattler, I would rather them do that than take Bo Nix flat out at pick 44, just because I don't think Bo has the mental toughness. I don't think Bo has the overall ability to get it done in the NFL with the Raiders. There are certain teams that Nix will have success with. The Raiders simply will not be one of them. Let's go to ESPN trade idea number 5. The Raiders, they get pick 31 from the Niners. You also get a 4th-round pick at 135 and then a 4th-round pick in 2025. The Niners get a 2nd-round pick this year and a 2nd-round pick next year. Real talk, love this trade here by the Raiders if there is a quarterback that they are targeting. Teams including the Falcons, Raiders, Saints, and Giants are in the mix to move up if they really like Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. This would be a leap forward for Vegas, which would add one of those rookies to the mix with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. I'm saying right now, if the Raiders trade up, the name that they should be looking at is Michael Penix Jr. at this point. It's not Bo. It's not Spencer Rattler. That's it. And it does add a little bit more competition here to this room where it's Gardner, Penix, and Aiden O'Connell. I would say you could go a few different routes. You could go the route of let Aiden compete for this season, and then you give Penix the keys to the car that following season. Or you just say, hey, whoever's the best quarterback in that room, whether it's Penix, whether it's Minshew, whether it's AOC, no matter where you draft them, that's the guy. No matter what, though, a lot of trades. Love what ESPN did here, and I want to be able to give my 2 cents on it. However, I am curious of what trade is your personal favorite. Is it trade idea number 1? I want you to spam 1 down below. If it's the second one, which, real talk, probably out of all the trades that you saw today, number 2 is my least favorite. Number 3, I do find intriguing, though, again, I don't love the idea because you're trading up to get a quarterback in Penix, which I like Penix, but at the same time, I don't really want to trade up for anybody not named Jayden Daniels. This one I do find to be good value, especially because you're able to go up and get a quarterback like Penix. And then this idea as well, I enjoy because you're only giving up 1 pick this year. Sure, you're giving up your 2025 2nd-round pick next season. But if I'm AP and Telesco, I want to be able to cook up whatever I want to be able to do this season to get off to a good start with the silver and black. If you made it this far in the video, shout out to all of y'all, and hopefully we're having a good time on Raiders Friday Happy Hour. Hopefully you also were here turning up with us on Thursday because it was one of the craziest shows I have ever done. And if you haven't watched our show on Thursday, shout out to the brand new member of Mount Raidermore, Ira Jackson. If you don't spam Ira Jackson, then you can get the hell out of here, man.
93
man. Bang! Oh, my goodness. Navman.
I think you have to read this one.
I asked everyone if this dad joke was okay. They said, yes, please. It is not clean. What is the difference between jelly and jam? I cannot jelly my unit. What? Add Ron Raspberry to the Zoom, please. All right, Ron, you in. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I think I do, but I don't know if I want to. Ron Raspberry, I'll put you in. All right, y'all. Those are all the segments that I got on tap for y'all The name of the game now is Raiders Friday Happy Hour, and I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. The plan is for Jeremy and I to get out of here by 5 today. I didn't get home last night until really, really late, and I told Alex that today wouldn't get too out of hand. So happy hour will be ending in 34 minutes from now. So what I want this to go is, let's get some drinks flowing. Let's get ready for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for the NFL draft. What's crazy is this is the last Friday happy hour before the NFL draft.
Wow.
Kind of nuts. Is it not? I mean, very, very slow March and April compared to years past. Very, very slow.
Oh, we are also 48 likes away from another dad joke. 48 likes away. There's over 482 people watching. I know not everybody has liked the video. I know that for a fact.
Uh-oh. Mr. Zahn, the man that gives me nightmares.
Here is our Super Chat deals. A good chance to get a Raiders Report jersey, courtesy of new Mount Raidamore legend, Ira Jackson. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 12 people in the race right now.
All right, that's not bad.
So $5 Super Chat, you get in for a chance to win a Raiders Report jersey. $10, a little beer cheers. $50, me and Mitch are taking shots. $100, bang! And then also, if you're trying to get in, this is only on Venmo.
Zahn, believe me, bro, you're good. When I tell you, today was probably one of the most hungover days I've ever been walking into work. That's not even an exaggeration. I got home last night. I was cooked. I mean, you guys could see it on the show. There's no way you watched the show yesterday. You were like, Mitch is fine. I was done, dude. I mean, I was hurting. I'm not kidding you. I peed 4 times last night.
I was hurt.
I peed 4 times last night. That's not an exaggeration.
That's that pee that it's so clear it looks like Dasani.
It probably tastes like it too. Probably tastes like it too. Yeah, my dad's a big Aquafina guy, which apparently is not a very common water.
I'd rather have
I think Deer Park's
I'd rather have
lame.
like Kroger water.
Nah, man, I get the joke. I just don't want to visually get that joke. I get the joke.
Good joke. I liked it.
Hey, good joke, good joke. 20 to get in, 31 minutes left here. Wait, let's get some hashtag Raiders going. Let's get some questions. It can be Raiders. You can do hashtag Raiders. Mitch, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know. Where does a one-legged waitress work? A one-legged waitress. Yeah, boy, I don't know.
IHOP.
That's good. That's a good one. I like that one.
From the Jans man.
Uh-oh. Draft team needs this draft. QB late, if we must. Go into next season with top 5 defense and give Minshew or a 5-second protection offensive line, and we dominate. If not, QB 2025 with all pieces in place. Again, I will say this. If this is the Raiders' plan, okay, to try to get a quarterback in next year's draft, you might want to trade pick 13 because the problem that people are just coming up with, like, oh, we'll just get a quarterback in 2025. I don't think – do you think the Raiders are going to win? How many games you guys – this is the way to answer this question. How many games are the Raiders going to win? Okay, let's say you get a few extra pieces to help build your team together in the draft, which they're going to get a few more extra pieces that are going to help this team. And if it's Gardner Minshew, I mean, the way that some people talk about Aiden, bless you, the way that some people talk about Aiden O'Connell, like, I don't think that the Raiders win less than 8 games next season. If you have this defense that you have, so then you're right back into the exact same spot conversation of, like, what if the Raiders make the playoffs? What if you win 10 games and you're picking at 19 or 20? Then how are you going to go get your quarterback then? You know what I mean? Like, I think it makes it even more challenging because Jayden is AP's guy. If you're going to do it now, you do it now. Like, 10 wins for Gatling Gun. 12-4 record from Toasty. You still need another one. 11-6. Danny C says 11. 12-5, 10, 13.
Still need another one.
Like, if you think they're winning that many games, then I don't know if Gardner goes anywhere. And I think if Gardner ends up winning that many games and you're like, hey, Gardner, you're going to be the starting quarterback of the Raiders, you're going to pay Gardner Minshew probably 30, 40 million. 40's a lot. $30 million a year. He's going to get a deal similar to Baker Mayfield. Sienna, what do you call
a pile of cats?
Okay. What do you call a pile of cats?
A meowton.
It's not where I thought it was going to go. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I mean,
get your head out of the gutter.
Come on, you guys didn't tell me.
After between you and that and Navman trying to shove his his junk down your drawer.
True. Little ass boy. I love that. Raiders had an overall QBR of 40 last season. Can't move forward with that. Jayden Daniels was the best in college with a 96 QBR. I don't want to take the quarterback that has the best QBR just and be like, oh, like that's the guy. I'm a believer that if you do things, how do I explain this the way that I want to? A different way. The Raiders hired Antonio Pierce. You hired Antonio Pierce because you believe that he's the right man for the job. And by you hiring Antonio Pierce, that tells me that you should do what he wants to do, right? Like if you're a business and you hire a CEO, like you should hire that CEO and let that CEO run the company the way that he wants to run it because you gave him the job in order to do it, right? Like if you're like Mark Davis. Because the Raiders hired Antonio Pierce, why would you not let him do exactly what he wants? And if Antonio Pierce says, I want Jayden Daniels, then if you're Tom Telesco, you go, all right, like, I hear you, but I don't. If AP goes, I want Jayden Daniels, to me, you figure out a way to make it work. Because you hired Antonio Pierce. Raider Josh, hey, Mitch, have you seen the new Max Crosby podcast with Minshew? Good luck to the Raiders Report Jersey Racers. This will be something that I watch this weekend. I actually do watch Max's podcast. I enjoy them. I think it's cool to see like what these guys are saying. I will say that the last thing that I watched and listened to from Max's podcast, he said like he's trying to like build a facility, and every Friday he wants to get like the guys to come over. That way they can hang out and kick it and, you know, just build that camaraderie a little bit more, which I love the fact that Max Crosby is doing that.
We didn't get an invite, but
yeah,
it's cool.
No invite. Maybe next time.
I'll keep checking my mail.
I would say, though, like, I like to listen to Max's stuff on the weekends because most of the time during the week, I mean, honestly, I work a lot here, and then my walks to and from work, I talk to my dad or I'll talk to Alex, my mom, something like that. And then by the time I get home, eat, it's already late. And then Alex gets home pretty late, so on the weekend is like my free time.
Yeah, and Alex has already listened to the podcast, so she doesn't want to re-listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Noah, if we are the number one defensive team next season, how many points are we holding other teams to on average?
I would say if you're number one, probably like an average of like 13.
I was going to say 16 is probably 16, 17 points. Probably 16, 15. Because I know a few years ago, the Niners were what?
Not probably like 14.
Yeah? What? Oh, because of his name? Fair. All right, yeah, we'll go 14. I mean, if the Raiders are able to hold teams to 14 points, like, Aiden's going to run into a lot of wins. Gardner Minshew's going to run into some wins. If the Raiders hold teams to 14 points, if Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew are your quarterback, you're going to win 10 games next season. What up, live Oakland?
MJLD Dreza.
What do you call a Spanish guy with a rubber toe? I almost actually read the answer. I was like, Roberto. That was a good one. That was a good one. Though, that would have been, I was like, oh, yeah. Little ass boy. I recently got rid of my rooster and bought a duck. Now I wake up at the quack of dawn. You guys, man. The Roberto one was a good one. Jansen, the Ravens had all the pieces in place and won a Super Bowl with a much worse quarterback than Minshew. What year was that?
2000. One.
And I know that a lot of times people like come up with these analogies. In today's day and age in the NFL,
Also,
you
that
need
was
a better quarterback.
That was arguably the best defense of all time.
I mean, it's up there. It's up there with one of the greatest defenses of all time.
It has two of the top players to ever play at their positions in Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
It's also when you could play a lot more physical brand of football. Like, for the amount of times that the amount of football you guys watch, and like for the amount of like people that are so prideful in the old school football ways, like bottom line is you can't play football the way that you did back in 2000, 90s, 80s, 70s. And the part of the idea is like if you got to get with the times, you kind of got to go like where the NFL is going. The NFL is going towards quarterbacks. I mean, that's been obvious for years. And to me, you got to be able to get that difference maker at the QB position because the NFL is doing everything in its power to be able to protect quarterbacks. They're making life more challenging on a defense. So, like, I'm not saying it's not important to have a great defense. Obviously, I want the Raiders to have a great defense. But, like, I also don't want to just build my team and say, let's try to be the Ravens and have a Kyle Bowler at quarterback. Why can't we have an opportunity to have why can't we have the opportunity to have a Ravens great defense and also a great quarterback? Because here's the thing. I think Patrick Mahomes is beating that Ravens team. That Ravens team, do they beat Tom Brady in his prime? Do they beat Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. But the real fact is this. We're dealing with a dynasty in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and if you just sit back with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and put your feet up in the air, you're never going to be taken seriously. I want to be taken seriously. Miguel, could we take a Dunze or Neighbors and still slide up late first round for Penix? If it did happen, how would you feel about the team moving forward? I know it's unlikely, but dreamers dream.
I don't think there's any way they fall. I just don't see them falling out of the top 10. I think, realistically, the Chargers are taking a wide receiver at 5. I think the Cardinals are going to take – I think Cardinals take Marvin Harrison. I think Chargers take a wide receiver because they just got rid of 2 of them, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So they're going to take either Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors. I think we might – now, obviously, a lot of things could change.
Yep.
If I had to put my money on something happening right now, I would say the first 6 picks in the draft are 3 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers.
3 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers, first 6 picks?
I say 3 quarterbacks in some order: Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Drake May.
Yep.
And then Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors in that trio.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I feel like I got to sneeze. Hang on.
Oh! John Schefter! Bang!
What is up, Mr. Scheffler? I just heard David Zahn say, let's get crazy.
Get wild.
He's got a bottle of bourbon staring at him. I hope we are moving. You got to be shitting me, man. Moving on up the draft, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I just hope we have a solid pick at number 13, and everybody say it with me. Raiders! But here's the thing, Chef. Adam Scheffler said to Adam Scheffler, you know, the ESPN guy?
Yeah.
He said that Jayden Daniels doesn't want to play for the Commanders, that he does want to play for the Raiders. If you're the Commanders, Drake May there. Patriots recently have said that they believe that the more picks they have, the better, and that if they don't love the quarterback, that they're willing to trade back. I think for all of these things to happen at the same time in 48-hour span, there's a reason it's happening. And maybe it's because of David Zahn Bang! That's 2. I got 1 boot in me. If we get another bang here, I got 1 boot in me. That's it. I already got it filled up.
You're filled up with the boot and Navman.
Apparently. Apparently. What is up, Mr. David Zahn?
No,
Zahn, didn't you just say, I'm going to say probably 10 minutes ago, that he's not doing anything today?
It sounds like somebody else I know who usually is like, yeah, I'm not going to drink today, and then ends up
Dude, that's crazy.
doing it.
I would never, dude,
That's
I would
wild.
never do that, man. There's no way. There's no way that that's me. Raider Josh, you in?
Oh, Scheffler and Zahn, you're in for the jerseys.
Rustin Long, you in? $20 Venmo right now. You'd have the opportunity to win.
Chef or Zahn, if y'all win, or actually, we
What?
do need a new Zahn jersey.
We do need a new Zahn jersey. I mean, I'm just gonna get Zahn a new jersey.
Yeah. If you win and you already have one, we usually give you the option to have us send you one.
Yeah. Zahn, I mean, I already got to get you one. I was actually looking for it the other day, and I'm like, what the hell did I do with it? And I was like, oh, yeah, we were drunk, and we gave it to Graf. So Graf has a Husker jersey, and he also has a Zahn
Long
jersey,
Zahn.
which reminds me, Husker sent me something on Venmo, and I'd be lying to say that I remember what it was, but I told Husker to remind me. So, Husker, if you're watching, if you could remind me what that is, that would be clutch. What? What are you laughing at?
What a clown.
I wonder who. An unnamed NFL head coach said that. The only person saying that,
Harbaugh.
yeah. Dude, could you imagine? I would shit a brick. Dude, Harry would have I actually think Harry would cry.
Hey, Sperry. New report.
He can't hear.
J.J. McCarthy at pick 1. Caleb Williams not dead. ML football.
Apparently.
J.J. McCarthy, round 1, pick 1.
Book it.
Williams is a commander.
Book it. Oh, dude. Oh, you know what? F it, Sheffy. I love you, my man.
John Schefter!
Bang! Mr. Scheffler. Also, Trevor. You in. You in. All right. I'm going to take this boot down.
Well, it's never fun to do it by yourself.
So,
We are 200 away from another boot.
dude. Are you got a boot in you today?
Well, I don't have anything else in me like you, so I think I might be good.
True. I did have 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches, which, is there anything more consistent than a Chick-fil-A sandwich? I don't know.
Dude, Chick-fil-A...
You know exactly what you're getting.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches are just...
They're so good, they're like, we can take off a day. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good. You're going to come back.
Oh,
You'll be back tomorrow.
That's confidence. That's why we don't go live on Wednesday. No,
We're
but like
like-
honestly though.
We're like the Chick-fil-A of Raiders. They're so confident they put a location in an NFL stadium.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. If we didn't work on Sundays, we wouldn't be here. Imagine the Raiders Report show. We're like, sorry guys, I don't work on Sundays. Be kind of nuts. It would be nuts.
I'll give it till 10.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Dude. Literally 10 minutes ago, you said you're not gonna do anything.
David
Zod
Bang!
Well, looks like we're getting weird today, man. A double banger from David Zahn. I don't really know what to do with you at this point, Zahn. I don't really know. He is crazy. I mean, that's literally Scheffler and Zahn and Navman all in one chat. I mean, this is a disaster. This has the potential to be a disaster. I have yours if you need it. I actually don't remember what flavor it is, though. I'd be lying to tell you. It's none of those. Grape? Oh, you like grape?
I like it.
You like grape?
I see somebody saying add time. We did that yesterday. We can't. Oh. I see somebody saying add time, and we did that yesterday. But the thing. Oh.
Yep.
Rick Raider 64. Bang!
Oh boy.
I see people saying add time. We already did that yesterday, and
Guys, if I did, Alex would kill me.
yeah, today
That's
we have
real talk.
today we have a little bit more of a hard deadline.
We also have the NBA Finals tonight, and
So-
we got to give our studio up to them.
Actually, I want to give a shout out if she has a second to Miss Allie Barefoot. Came in yesterday, helped us out. She's going live on our Celtics channel after us in this studio. So if you want to go a little bit crazy tonight, I know there's some people that Friday night they want to still party, let their hair down. Miss Allie Barefoot.
She went to Just Met You University.
My hair's already down. Who's ready to party?
Oh, no.
No!
That was aggressive.
Let's go.
Yes, the Celtics today will be live for the Heat and Bulls game. Our Heat channel will be live. Chicago Bulls channel is going to be live. So
What channel should they go to?
obviously Celtics. I mean, I'm obviously better than Nick Roloff and Patrick Seaman. We all know that.
Facts.
Beers will be flowing. Chugs may make an appearance.
I
It's
also
going to be a
heard
good
that
time.
Smitty might have to do the show without his glasses.
Good luck. Good luck.
I mean, I'm kind of down to clown. I'll say this, though. Because we stayed so late last night, I got to be out of here in 12 minutes and 28 seconds. It's the only way it's going to happen, man.
You don't have.
Oh, you got to check your wristwatch. You got to check your wristwatch. All right. You ready?
If y'all are trying to get a little crazy today, if y'all want to stay around for the party, we have a lot more going on tonight at Chat Sports. So let me know. Who's trying to party with Allie Barefoot tonight? She stepped up. Yesterday was her off day, and she came in to party.
That's a big win.
So I think Raider Nation kind of, I'm not going to say owes her one, but I think she deserves a little pat on the back.
I'll say, if you guys want to go party with Foot tonight,
Spam Foot in the comment section. Spam Foot if you're down to party tonight.
you ready to do this? Because I actually already got to pee.
Really?
I do have to pee.
Yes. They said where I'll get the link for you. I think they might have already scheduled it. I'll get the link and I'll put it in the chat. Oh, well, I guess it's right there. If you want to head over there later on, we'll go ahead and put the, you're about to put it in her chat.
Yep.
Go ahead. Mitch is putting it in putting it in the chat right now. You can open it up on a different tab.
Yep.
Just have it saved for later. She's ready to go wild tonight. She came in yesterday. I want to give back, have Raider Nation give back to her for helping out.
I agree, dude. It's going to be a wild
If you're
one.
looking for the thumbnail, it's the Bulls logo, the Heat logo, and then her model headshot.
Yep. Oh, so is it the winner? Oh, so winner of that plays the Celtics.
Yeah, that's why she's going live.
Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
do have
at
to-
first I'm looking at the title here. I'm like,
I do have to say, though,
where's
Allie,
the Celtics?
you kind of look like a Russian spy in that photo. You look like a
You
Russian.
kinda do.
You look like I could see you being like a Russian spy. Yes.
Or a hitman.
like
Or hit woman. Is
that-
it a hit woman or a
That
hitman?
photo looks like Allie's like in like a James Bond movie, and she's like a love interest at one point, but then turns into the villain.
Or she has a super, like, if you're a hitman, but you're a woman, are you a hitman or a hit woman? Honest question. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Yeah? Yep. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Navman said, "Oh, she's in big trouble tonight."
Yikes.
Allie just looked at me and she did this.
Oh, man. Was that before or after DK did the same thing? Or what was that? That was that. I was like,
She's not even looking.
yeah.
DK.
I think DK used to like us Back in the old days where we used to sit near each other. Now, I don't know. All right, let's go. We got boot race. When you beat me that bad in a boot, I feel like the guy in a really crowded bathroom, basically like the Oakland Coliseum, that can't pee. You know what I mean? Everybody's peeing around you. You got stage fright right now, and you're just like, come on, pee already. That's me trying to get that boot down. As I know Jeremy's just chilling. Here's what I got to do. I got to go take a pee. I got to go take a leak. What I want you to do, get the names in for the jersey giveaway. Final call, $5 super chat.
Oh, they're in.
For a chance to get in. Final call to get in. I got to go take a quick pee. I'm not doing, also no shot clock right now.
No shot clock.
I'm not going to do shots.
I'm not doing it. Rick Rader. Thanks for fixing my Venmo yesterday. You fixed somebody's Venmo. Go all in on JD at 3. Give me a bang! Raider Nation for life. Son, you wild. You are wild. Get those hashtag Raiders in. Ask me anything. Ask me whatever questions you need. Ron, did we ever decide to auction boots on duck races? Stick around for the NFL draft. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say. Stick around. Find out. I'm the evil Mr. Beast. People give, people take. I only take. Evil Salvation Army. I'm the bad will. Mo, we're getting Daniels. We're getting Jayden Daniels. Daniels is a Raider. He's such a Raider. Chugs, did you score on your basketball game? I scored 10 points. It was a rough showing for the Chat Sports crew. But I got mine in. That's all that matters sometimes. Giddy. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Get your questions in using hashtag Raiders. Oh, here's a good question for you. Confidence level in the Raiders to make the right moves in this year's draft. What's your confidence level? How are you feeling that Telesco, AP, the Raiders front office, the brass are going to make the right moves, make good picks in this year's draft? It's been a struggle in years past making good picks. Let me know. 1, you have zero confidence. I guess it would be 0. 1, you have almost no confidence that this team's going to make the right moves. 10, you think they're going to knock it out of the park. Every single pick's going to be an absolute banger. I have an 8 from Sienna. Jake says 8. I have Sevilla at 10. Rick Rader at 8. Martin at 7. Gatling Gun 9. Shane at a 3. Not a lot of confidence from Shane. Navman at a 0. I said 1 to 10 and you gave me 0.
Come on, man. Got to be a little bit more confident than that.
A 0.
Got to be a little bit more
I couldn't
confident.
believe it. Unbelievable.
I mean, you got to have the hope that they're going to do the right things. Right?
A weekly $10 duck race boot route. Well, James, stick around for the draft. Like I said, stick around for the draft. Maybe you'll find something you like.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, which one of these
wink,
races
nudge,
do you
nudge.
want to do first?
I want to do the Jersey one first.
Jersey one? Okay.
Yep, we're going to do Jersey first.
Still a chance to get in the 50-50 raffle. I'm going to go ahead and set up that duck race. So everybody that's sent in a $5 super chat or more is in.
All right, so let me look right now. So Luis Avina is the last name that I got. Philip Bogert is also in, which means $20 Venmo right now for a chance to win $130.
That's not too shabby.
Not too shabby. The names that I got in are Frank Arias. Did I pronounce that right? The Nav Man, VAB, Willie Pfister, Jamari Murray, No Santana, Rick Hand, Raider Josh, Rustin Long, Trevor Luis Avina, Philip Goberg. Is that one right? Philip Goberg. That's funny. Philip Bogert. I don't know how I did that. Philip Bogert in, and I thought I just got another one, which was from Jason Weber in. So that's that. So the first race that you're going to see is not this 50-50 raffle. This is for a chance to get a Raiders Report jersey. So right now I'm rocking an OC Raider. I know we've got a bunch of other people that wear a lot of, that have a lot of these jerseys as well. I will also say that I am going to do a jersey raffle on Monday and on Tuesday next week as well. Because Zahn's been so crazy, because Ira Jackson went absolutely bananas, and honestly, Navman's been killing it on this stream as well. We're going to do a jersey raffle on Monday and Tuesday next week. So you guys will have an opportunity to get in as well. I want to be able to continue to add more of our repertoire here on the Raiders Report.
Okay, so
Raider Josh, am I in the Raiders Report jersey race and
Yes.
duck race, Mitch? If you send in a $5 super chat today or higher, the answer to that is yes.
Raider Josh, you are in.
Yep. I actually don't have that list. So Chugs handles that list. I handle the Venmo list. That's just honesty. So I don't have it. But if Chugs says you in, then you in.
I'm the evil Mr. Beast.
Also, dude, we sang Closing Time yesterday without you. It's
How
kind
did
of
it
weird.
go?
It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. It was kind of like,
Well, y'all started in the middle of the song.
huh?
Y'all started in the middle of the song.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I actually don't know. I don't know where we started in the song.
You go, one last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer.
Yeah,
I was like, that's not the start.
I'll be real. Last night, a little blurry. So it was a little blurry last night. It was pretty rough, man. I got Randall Carter in.
All right, here we go. This is our race for
Rebel in. Charles G in. Who?
This is our race for the
Raiders
jersey.
Report jersey. All right, give me a good shuff. Give me a good shuff. 1 minute on the clock. Winner gets a Raiders Report jersey.
Dude, Gallon Gun is getting it.
Dude, he's ready. He's ready. 3, 2, 1, run it.
So this is how I imagine Coop runs.
All of them. I actually don't know who's. Josh, I want to say right now, is in the lead.
Dude, this one's close.
Is that Avgin? That's Avgin right there. Arizona Tim's in a very interesting spot. Rebel looks like he might go extinct. And then
Everyone's in it right now.
Queen Sarah Otto right there.
Zahn, I like where Zahn's at.
Lil ass boy starting to creep up here a little bit. I don't like where Josh is. Garcia. Garcia's the different one. What if that's who won? The only one that's is he different though? He's just blue. I don't know. 13 seconds to go.
Avgin.
Dude, Avgin's been controlling this lead, but this is usually where you're about to find out
5
who the winner
seconds.
is. Who's from the back? Garcia. No Santana. No Santana. You are the winner. You are the winner.
You're the wiener.
All right, so no Santana.
And then happy hour now officially over.
So no Santana. What I need to know, if you have Venmo me $1. I can send it right back to you. Venmo me what number you want on your jersey, and then tell me what you want, like this part of it to say. It's got to be 10 characters. The only number, like
Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor.
send me your top 5 numbers that you would want Unfortunately, you can't get 14. 14's off limits. That's Wild One. If Wild One was a Mount Raider more, then I'd say you could get it, but Wild One's Mount Raider more. What?
Texans just dropped another leak.
Oh, I thought something cool happened.
They have a red chrome face mask.
Dude, I don't know.
That's kind of lit.
If it goes with that other helmet that they just put out,
That's kind of lit.
it's gross. The Texans are going to have the worst. I mean, they're going to have the worst jerseys in football this year. Ugh, I think they're trying to do too much. Legitimately. It's gross, man. No Santana. Congratulations. That's a big win. All right, Chugs. Final call for the duck race. Oh, wow. I actually did not realize that. Rebs, that's on me, man. Rebs, that's on me. So right now, as it stands, we got 17 people in our duck race, which means winner gets $170 here on the Raiders Report. Dude, I don't know. Somebody just asked me if the Raiders traded for Jayden Daniels right now, how long would you stay live for? Like, if they traded up. Yeah, trade for Jayden Daniels right now. If they traded up to, like.
Number 2?
Yeah, right now. How long would. I'd be like, dude, midnight. I don't know if I can make it past that. I'd have to boof a Red Bull.
Nice.
Yep. Red Bull Montana Bang! What's up, Rebs? What is up, Rebel Montana? Rebel Montana. Rebel Montana. Oh, man. My body hurts. My body. I go get my hair cut every Saturday, okay? I get my hair cut every Saturday, and I run home. Tomorrow's run, I'm going to stink.
Rebel, okay, I do have to say something to Rebel. I've actually come around. I think In-N-Out's burgers, the plain cheeseburger,
Okay.
better than Whataburger. I'll concede it. I think the plain cheeseburger from In-N-Out.
Also, whoever spams Rebel the most, you're getting in our Zoom call.
The plain cheeseburger from In-N-Out better than the plain cheeseburger from Whataburger.
Okay. I actually don't even know. But then again, do you get a plain cheeseburger anywhere you go, like fast food?
Not usually, but
The answer is no. You're not going and getting a plain cheeseburger.
I had a plain cheeseburger from In-N-Out. And I do have to say, plain cheeseburger, it was $4.
Are you getting a plain cheeseburger? No.
No, I'm saying like with the toppings, you know, like lettuce, tomato, onion, whatever.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna go with Sienna Madi.
All right, Sienna, what I need you to do is I need you to add me on Venmo. If you could, send me $1 Venmo. I'll send it right back to you. That way I can just get your email, and then that way I can send you the Zoom invite.
Yeah, plain cheeseburger from In-N-Out, $4. Like, for a plain cheeseburger, that or the Whataburger one, it was really damn good.
Yeah? Okay. I got you.
Sienna, yeah, do it. Sienna, do it to me. Send it to me.
Okay, yeah, Sienna, that's fine. DM Chugs, and then Chugs, just send me her email, and we should be good then.
Dad joke from Andrew Himalayan.
I'm ready.
I saw free TV on Facebook Marketplace due to the sound being stuck all the way up. I thought, I can't turn that down.
That's a good one. You're like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Good joke. I liked it.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right, last chance to get in. We're going to do this 50-50 raffle, 50-50 duck race.
We got to be out of here by 5 today. Moshav, you in? I think I refreshed. And I want to say that's everybody.
Oh, little ass boy. I would, but I'm actually on a diet. So I actually didn't eat anything and then ate that one cheeseburger. That's the only thing I got.
For what?
Whenever I got In-N-Out last week.
What do they say you should get?
The 4x4.
I've had multiple people tell me to get that. But like...
But I mean, it's not anything better or different. It's just more of it. It's like, yeah, this burger's okay. Okay. Imagine if there was 4 of them.
Yeah, but I feel like if I got a 4x4, I would take it home because I had like bread that I really wanted to make my own burgers out of. Like sometimes like I will order, if there's like a place like a burger place that gives me 3 patties on a burger, I'll order that burger alone to then make like a normal burger with 1 patty. I'll save the other 2 patties. That way I can make like something else tomorrow.
I'll say if I was like super hungry and I wanted to go to In-N-Out, I'd honestly probably just get 2 cheeseburgers or like a double-double.
Animal style though.
Yeah, with the cheese, grilled onions,
green chilies.
Yeah, I got an animal style green chilies, which I guess isn't normal, but I mean
that's good.
It's just grilled onions, cheese, and the sauce.
I think we have to let them order for us when we do In-N-Out.
That is how I got it. It was just the normal cheeseburger, animal style, with
What'd you say? Let me just send a message via another app.
Another one.
Another one.
All right.
Another one.
Last check, and then Mitch is gonna send me the names. Oh no, you did.
Already did.
All right, he did a last
so here's
check.
The names. So Frank 93, VAB, Willie Pfister, Jamari, Noah Santana, Rick Hand, Raider Josh, Rustin Long, Trevor Luis Sabina, Philip Bogart, Justin Weber, Randall Carter, Rebel, Charles G, and Mo Chavez are all in our 50-50 raffle. Winner of this one is going to go home with $180 here on the Raiders Report.
Rebel Montana.
$180 doll hairs.
Rebel Montana.
It's a lot of doll hairs.
All right, here we go.
It's a lot of doll hairs.
3,
2, 1. Run it.
Ultra VAB.
Jamari with the lead. Sheffy, if you hit the gong, you're in our Zoom call. If you hit the gong, Chef, you're in the Zoom call. 37 seconds to go. Philip Bogart. He's got the lead. Dude, watch out for Charles G. Watch out for Charles G. Dude, Luis Avina right now. Look at this. Missile. He hit the NOS too early. So did VAB. Hit the NOS way too early here. Trevor looks like he needs sunscreen. He's a redheaded horse, and I feel bad for him. Randall Carter, I want to say. Maybe that's Jamari Murray in the lead. Raider Josh right there. Willie Pfister. 6 seconds to go. Mo! Phillip! VAB! VAB!
Stunt on him! Stunt on him! Stunt on him!
Oh, VAB with the dub.
That's my favorite thing about this race is how the horse runs after he wins.
I mean,
they're all running so hard, and he's just like light jogging ahead of them.
Skipping. That would be Usain Bolt if he raced us. It'd be a casual jog. Mr. VAB, if you could, please confirm down below that you just received
last place,
$180.
Frank Arias.
Frank Arias? All right, so Frank, that also means that you get a spot in our Zoom call. So Frank, if you could send me a message on Venmo, your email, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Frank LaTank.
James Guevara, Mo Chavez.
Mo Chavez.
Seeing a lot of feet down in the comments. Here's the thing.
Foot.
You guys can party with Foot. She's going to be on our Celtics channel, which, funny enough, I actually still have that link. Here we go. If you want to see Allie as a secret agent, hit woman, you can go in you click that link right there.
If you don't click that link right now, you eat corn the long way.
I'll tell you this right now. Allie and Smitty can party. And this is the most honest thing that I can say.
Go get Allie drunk.
They're going to be able to party probably better than me right now. I am hurting already. I'm hurting, man.
Navman, David's on.
Celtic Raiders ready.
Do your worst.
Ready to go. Stop with all that nonsense. All right, y'all. I want you to have a hell of a weekend. Again, I want to say special shout out to David Zahn, John Scheffler, Navman, Ira, all the craziness that you guys did yesterday. Rick Raider 64.
What is this thumbnail that
Rebel. What?
The thumbnail you did for the Jayden Daniels one.
What's wrong with it? What is? I actually don't even remember it now.
It's the crying Jordan with the Washington.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Isn't it? It's phenomenal. Jonathan Martinez, Arizonia Tim, Mr. Abjin, from me, from Jeremy Chuggs. I will see you guys on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Raiders Report. And make sure you guys set a calendar reminder. We're going to be live for the NFL Draft. The question is, are we going to go up and trade up for Jayden Daniels? Because according to Adam Schefter, he doesn't want to be a Commander. I'll see you guys Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time here on Raiders Report.